We're all familiar with Christmas, the day of gift giving, feasting, spending time with family and partying, and for Christians a day for celebrating the birth of Jesus Christ, being celebrated in Rome as early as the 4th century AD. But before this, the Romans would have their own winter holiday that they would celebrate called Saturnalia, in honouring their god Saturn, held on the 17th of December, which expanded with festivals to the 23rd of December. The holiday was celebrated with a sacrifice at the temple of Saturn in the Roman Forum, along with a public banquet, as this was the only place that Rome could support its large population in one area. It was a week-long holiday celebrated with partying, drinking and gift-giving. Roman social norms, which were usually very strict, were set aside. Gambling was permitted, slaves could take a week off, and were provided with a feast and table service from their masters. Some Romans would even swap places with their servants or slaves, and treated it like a grand opposite day. Now, because of this, Saturnalia was viewed as a time of liberty for both slaves and freedmen alike. The gifts given were usually gag gifts or small figurines made of wax or pottery in shape of their gods or heroes such as Hercules. The Roman poet, Catullus, called Saturnalia the best of days. Now, the Romans held many monthly holidays dedicated to their gods in order to please them and to run a successful state. The Romans borrowed many Greek traditions, such as the Greek holiday Cronia, which celebrated Cronus, which was the equivalent to the Roman god Saturn, as both were associated with harvest and rebirth, thus influencing what the Romans would call and celebrate Saturnalia. Saturnalia would originally only go for one day, as it started off as a humble agricultural festival set around the winter solstice in December, when the people would collect the last of their harvest for the year, to which then they would honour Saturn with a sacrifice of a large number of bulls under the watchful eye of Saturn. The priest would take a statue of Saturn wrapped in wool, unwrap it and lay it on the couch. This symbolically represented the rebirth, to which Saturn would spring from the womb in the 10th month, appearing as a newborn child. Now, for the remaining of the day, all businesses and all forms of work would be suspended for the day. Over time, as the population of Rome grew and Rome grew its borders, the holiday would continue to evolve, and around the 3rd century BC, one day eventually turned into 7 days. Now let's discuss Saturnalia in its full glory. Leading up to Saturnalia, as it was a massive holiday, Rome would have been full of excitement, as many businesses would have been hard at work, as the duty of the aedile, which was akin to a form of modern local government, was to oversee the official preparations, hiring hundreds of labourers to clean the city streets, to set up decorations and to erect temporary structures. During the morning of the 17th of December, people across Rome would flock into the Forum, eager to secure the best spots. Once settled, the people would spend their time honouring Saturn, while waiting for the ceremony to begin. The beginning would lead to a parade of bulls, led by the priest and members of the Senate, to which the noise of the bulls was said to have rumbled through the city streets of Rome. The bulls were led to the temple of Saturn. Here they would be sacrificed and a great feast would be prepared, along with a reclining statue of Saturn, honouring Saturn as the main host. Thus, this would be an honorary display of piety for Rome's good fortune for the following year, and this would be an act to make it secure, thus ending the official component of Saturnalia. During Saturnalia, all public businesses were stopped, no law courts were conducted, all schools were closed, and even the mechanisms for war were shut down for the remainder of this holiday, for this was a time of celebration. To the Romans, during Saturnalia, their world of strict laws would have been swapped upside down, as during this time traditional roles and social norms were inverted, as to reenact the return of Saturn's golden age, before the existence of rank, order, and before slavery and property, and before poverty, as they viewed Saturn as the god of time. So this was the time that Romans would make this come into reality. Now, it was also said that Emperor Nero was known for providing large amounts of free prostitutes for the week. Now, similar to our Christmas, the act of gift-giving took place for the following week, which could include music boxes, clothes, dolls, beauty products, weapons, and even a pig. This holiday was so popular, it didn't just take place in Rome, but throughout the Roman province. Because of its popularity, during the rise of Christianity in the 4th century, this holiday would be co-opted into Christianity for its Christmas, instead of being publicly cancelled in order to convert more people into Christianity. So I hope you all have a lovely Christmas, a lovely holiday. I hope you have a lovely day, a lovely night, a fantastic evening. Peace and love, many blessings.